Okay, welcome recording people. Sorry, I started with recording when I started the stream, but I had a small space issue because, yeah, well, a combination of me not going through and deleting some things that I need to delete, and Windows deciding to take up much more space, etc. So I'm just going to quickly go over whatever we went over thus far. We've gone up to Prosperity 6. Obviously, this is a Prosperity 6 VOD, so you'll see that. We've got these 7 items now. We haven't picked up any of them. The Quartermaster sold his minor endurance potion, replaced it with a major endurance potion, which is a small upgrade for him. We can't really do any useful enhancements or many useful enhancements on him. Plus, we're not likely to play this class again. Therefore, I'm happy to just do what's best for us. And then as the Plague Herald, we leveled up and we took not Black Tides because it doesn't really help us very much. The Dark is meaningless at this point. Will be useful later, but we need something else for it to be useful anyway. And the Wind isn't really useful at all. And that other thing we needed for it to be useful was at the same level, Stinging Cloud, which is actually quite good. So we took that. All right, we're caught up. So we're getting into scenario 23. Kind of already started setting up. Like I said, we are going to play on +3 difficulty, which is going to be very difficult for us, simply because stone golems and living spirits are enemies. I mean, specifically stone golems are enemies that we just. Some parties can deal with these very easily. Our party, not at all. 4 shield and 21 health is pretty insane, actually. That's actually truly insane. How do we legitimately kill something like that, though? I mean, yeah, like you said, we just don't kill it, I guess is the answer. But in this party, even under the skin, which is our best attack against something like this, does 1 damage. If we poison it, it does 2 damage. So what is effectively an attack 6 does 2. Yeah, exactly. 4 shield and 21 health is. I mean, it's more difficult to kill than many bosses, to be perfectly honest. All right. So let's start doing setup. Well, we should still bring our Pierce in case we do at some point need to kill some things that have shield. And there are, I mean, skeletons have 1 shield, the elites have 2, living spirits have 3 or 4 shield, and the stone golems have 3 or 4 shield. So this is minimum an attack 4 and many times an attack 5 for this entire scenario with a move 4 on bottom. This makes this very good in this sort of scenario. So it's an easy inclusion. Biting Gnats is actually terrible against this many shielded enemies. It is still move 4, and if we use this as a move 4, then I mean, if we're using this as a top, we're going to be lacking a move 4, kind of. But I think that's still okay. I think I prefer... Uh, actually, no. Let's keep this as a move 4. We lacked move 4s last time. So instead, what we're actually going to do is we're going to cut one of our curse attacks. Making an attack 3 curse against enemies with this much shield is just not very productive. It's just not going to do any damage. We're basically giving up like our entire turn to deal, like 1 damage maybe in a curse, which is really not worth it. So we'll put Under the Skin in for Gathering Doom, which is just slightly worse of these two. Although, no, we're not going to be using this loot this scenario. Get this Lost Pierce as well, but the damage is just so low that's not absolutely not worth it. Yeah, we actually probably do need to bring Virulent Strain, huh? 3 direct damage to one of these? That's actually the best we can do. So yeah. It's the best anyone in our party can do, literally. It's crazy. Yeah, Vile Pestilence is actually really bad here. Vile Pestilence was good in the last scenario because we had a lot of smaller HP. I mean, smaller enemies, which meant more enemies with less HP, and AoEs were better. Here, I mean, yeah, even Stinging Cloud is going to be questionable, but I still think we'll bring it. Worst case scenario, it's still a move 3 with 1 shield. But yeah, Virulent Strain is almost certainly better than Vile Pestilence here. So then I guess the only other question is, should we have Scatter Terror just as an 11 initiative card rather than Stinging Cloud? I think probably not. Stinging Cloud is still decent against skeletons, good against artillery. Although as artillery don't move, they don't really clump up. So I mean, yeah, Stinging Cloud's definitely going to underperform here, which sucks because we just picked it up. But I still think this is probably fine to bring. All right, that looks good. For the music note. 11 is significant. You're right, because they retaliate. Although, I mean, the truth is, so the reason why ECO saying 11 is significant is because Stone Golems do their range 3 retaliate 3 at 11. That being said, does it really matter that much if we can? I mean, we have essentially only 2 attacks that we would really ever use on a Stone Golem, which are Under the Skin and Virulent Strain, and one of these 2 isn't even affected by it, so we would literally have to be under the skinning a Stone Golem. I don't think that matters that much. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Stinging Cloud is really bad here. But if we have to split up, this actually can be useful. I mean, a move which gives shield or the ability to muddle some enemies. Yeah, I still think I prefer to keep this. Just for survivability. Alright, so what do we have down here? Well, our super cool card at level 8, Commanding Presence, is also going to be terrible in this scenario, as again, all the enemies have too much health, too much shield, etc., for just performing an attack 2 to be worth it. Especially with, I mean, the Quartermaster has 4 -1s and a 1 -2 in his deck. His deck is awful right now, like legitimately awful. It's really punishing this scenario effect. So we definitely don't want that. Wound is good. So that's probably a reasonable choice. Same as the bottom, but also the top is good. Blesses might also be the way we have to go here in order to actually deal damage. If we were level 7 with the Plague Herald, this would be so much easier. Sadly, we're not. Maybe it is just Blesses then? As a way to kill some of these enemies? I mean, we can't just run from every enemy in this. Well, maybe we could, but... So it's always one of these. So we have just one other source of wound. You took Commanding Presence at 8. Any particular reason why? I don't think it seemed that good. What would you normally take at 8, Thistlois? I don't have a lot of experience. Well, I mean, I have a bit of experience playing this class at 8 plus. I actually find the level 8 choice, no matter what, to be pretty underwhelming. So let's go over and we can look at the other choices we really had as level 8 card. I mean, I guess we could have taken like Mobilizing Measure. Maybe I should have considered that. Ooh, we could get double experience. No, it's okay. But I'm just curious what you actually took. I'm not questioning. So the other level 8 card is Tranquil Trill, which to me is quite bad. I guess with the loot, this becomes better, theoretically, because you can move by playing a song on top. Still a move 2, especially with the boots we're using, since we can't have boots of striding. It's unlikely to get a lot of targets with disarm, and you don't typically find yourself ending next to enemies, so that you could play this early the following round. The top song is fine for healing, but again, it's still not. I took the other level 8, admittedly, probably because our party was ending up with everyone at low HP a lot. Yeah, that's fair. So in a 3-player party, this is essentially 4 healing per turn, but the Plague Herald also doesn't tend to take much damage. So, I mean, doesn't get attacked very often. So realistically, this is guaranteed 2 healing per turn on the Quartermaster, pretty much, and sometimes an additional 2 healing. Two health per turn on the Quartermaster is probably less than what Defensive Ditty does, to be honest. Because if at least 2 enemies attack, where is Defensive Ditty? There we go. If at least 2 enemies attack the Quartermaster per turn, Defensive Ditty is already giving us that 2 health. And most likely is giving more than that, to be honest, per turn. Obviously, that's not true against Pierce enemies, and the healing song is decent against some other things. But basically, yeah. I just find this song to be underwhelming. I don't find this card to be very good. Not with curses involved. That's true. That's a fair point. I guess that's something we didn't consider. But yeah, not always. But at the same time, all right, so there's a couple points with that. First of all, then the heal 2 isn't always good. Point 1. Point 2, if we get to the point, well, I mean, I guess by the time we get to the point, then healing 2 per turn while we have the curses up. But anyway, if we have a bunch of curses in their deck, the song is Disorienting Dirge anyway. So like it should never be Tranquil Trill when we've got, 7 or 8 plus curses in their deck. Themris, another German greeting. Welcome. So in that case, I still don't see the application of the song. When we don't have a lot of curses, Defensive Ditty is good, and when we do have a lot of curses, Disorienting Dirge is just the song. So I still find it rare to get to use this. It's possible that it's better than... I mean, we are still using Soothing Lullaby, but Soothing Lullaby is nice because it also has a bottom heal, not just the song. Anyway, we took Commanding Presence, even though I agree. I think Commanding Presence isn't a very good card. I actually think it's quite bad. Simply because it just gives us another top action. We have so many good bottom actions already. Or, well, good top action. It gives us another top action, I should say. I mean, Melody and Harmony is a bottom, Echoing Aria is a bottom. This really could even be a bottom, or whatever it will be. So, I mean, here we'll separate tops and bottoms, right? Bottom, 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 and slash song, right? So really, these are all bottoms, these are all tops. Clearly, the thing we need more than anything is tops. And at level 9, we're getting another bottom. So Commanding Presence, even though it's a kind of uninspiring top, is still just a top action that we can actually perform. If we had taken this, again, it gives us another song, but it doesn't actually help our top to bottom ratio at all. Definitely ran into a problem where I had to take out a stronger action because it was the weakest of the bottom only actions, and I had too many. Yep, exactly. So for this, I ran into this last time as well. Actually, in the last party, I did take, where was it? Where did we actually put that? Oh, it's here. I actually took Brooming Proclamation at level 8, and I was pretty happy with it because I had multiple things to actually buff the attack on Booming Proclamation. Here we just have Sharpening Kit, which in my opinion isn't enough, but I actually think Booming Proclamation is fine. To be honest though, it might actually just be wrong to have taken Commanding Presence over Booming Proclamation because our modifier deck is so much better. Well, my justification was that the Quartermaster is much more like, I mean, all right. The Quartermaster could easily get next to 2 to 3 enemies, whereas we can, within range 2, easily hit 2 to 3 enemies as well. So I think it's typically going to be a similar number of enemies, probably more for Booming Proclamation than Commanding Presence. I think that's a safe assumption. Our modifier attack is better, but the Quartermaster, I mean, getting +1 attack by default kind of balances the fact that our modifier deck is better, and also allows the Quartermaster to flip the refresh item ones. Yeah, the biggest problem with Booming Proclamation isn't so much that you put yourself in jeopardy, because like you said, it does push. Like I said, I found this card to be fine. The biggest issue is, again, you have so many non-move bottom actions, right? Again, we have Melody and Harmony that wants to move, and then all these don't want us to move. And I mean, these three, for example, are really powerful when we don't have to move. So the biggest issue with Booming Proclamation is that in order to perform that top action, you essentially have to move, which is something this class typically doesn't want to have to do. The Bard, yeah, which is why I ended up with Mobilizing Measure instead of Melody and Harmony. Mobilizing Measure was the big move, right? Yeah. I think in the end, I actually really like this build. I understand the justification for that. First of all, I really like Mobilize or Melody and Harmony. Not for the top, but simply for the bottom. Just because any opportunity for this class to perform an attack is really, really nice, right? And every time you play this is an attack. Admittedly, you already have a lot of bottoms, but basically, I think on this class, if you go with the comfortable shoes, thus far, I mean, we've been playing these scenarios. Basically, because we have the comfortable shoes, I haven't needed like the burst movement. I would say there's two ways to play this class. I think both of them are very reasonable. Either you don't take comfortable shoes, you take, like one move 6 and then maybe a move 5, and then you just try to perform like or act similar to another class in the game. I can't necessarily spoil, but who like moves a little bit and then does a bunch of non-move bottom actions, and then like big burst of movement and then a bunch of bottom actions and big burst of movement. Or you just have a bunch of good bottom actions that you can substitute as move 3s because you have comfortable shoes. Because we went with comfortable shoes, I didn't feel the need to take the big moves, and thus far it's worked out just fine. I haven't really had an issue of not having the big moves. And again, having an attack, which is so nice on this class with this modifier deck, definitely has made me happy. There is a fair, I mean, Commanding Presence is also so bad that maybe we could have just taken Mobilizing Measure at level 8 just to have it for scenarios where we need to run a lot, because we actually are kind of, handicapped a little bit on those. Anywho. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're taking out Commanding Presence, and so the choice is Singing Arrow or Tuning the Outcome. I think we probably want Tuning Outcome for this, to be honest. It's not great for the Plague Hero, but it is good for the Quartermaster. Some Blesses are probably the best way we ever kill these things, not some Curses. Again, if the Quartermaster, or if the Plague Hero was level 7, we would definitely be on Singing the Arrow. Singing the Arrow, Tuning the Outcome, Singing Arrow. Okay, as for the Quartermaster, I don't think we have any changes to make. We need some movement for this scenario, but not a ton. I think the cards we have here are just fine. I think we're at optimal Quartermaster efficiency. All right, so let's get into this scenario, shall we? Have a sip of water. We'll get started. Got to get our battle goals, because we never forget those. Because we are great at this game. All right, let's go. A lot of none of your allies become exhausted or have 5 or more total cards in the end. Well, we're going to go with no one becoming exhausted. On a scenario like this, where it's very possible that we just start... Well, I guess we have to. Yeah, no one can become exhausted. Yeah. I guess, yeah, simultaneously means as soon as we occupy them, we win. So yes, no one can become exhausted. All right. Easy. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack during the scenario, or loot no money tokens or trivial overlay tiles. Well, we do really want check marks. I do really need money for enhancements to retire, but we really want check marks. By the way, after making the Soul Scenario PDF for about 3 hours yesterday, I finally realized doing this in Photoshop is done. Going to redo it in InDesign. Okay. Gain 7 or fewer experience, or take only short rests. It's kind of difficult for us to limit our experience. You ever going to make any scenarios? I tried making one. It's tough. I got a lot of stuff to do. The scenario needs to end the round to be won. Oh, does it? So this is not, because we had some people told me before that something like this is instantaneous, but is this clarified in the FAQ that, or is it just we're going to read that later? I guess we're going to read that later is my guess. Let's check the FAQ. Nothing for this scenario. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's still unlikely that. Oh, we still can't exhaust. Nah, I don't remember. It's fine. But yeah, Thermos, I'm not sure if I will. Well, so the scenario, I mean, presumably the problem is the special rules for how the pressure plates work is something we actually can't read yet. So all we know is goal occupy all the pressure plates, and the pressure plate thing is after the break. So yeah, it's kind of silly to do it like that if we're being honest. We do get to put a number 1. I guess whatever. Put a 2. Unfortunately, we deleted the 1. We need to copy one of those over. All right. God, my forearm hurts so badly. This is going to be brutal. All right, let's get into it. So we got 2 chests. We still have to decide. I know we've already decided that one. Gaining 7 or fewer experience in the Quartermaster. How likely is this? It's really not very likely. So this gives us experience. This gives us experience. This gives us experience, and this gives us experience. And we're very likely to play a number of these. Catastrophic Bomb, we can actually wonder how good that's going to be in this scenario, but I think we still should bring it. Yeah, we'll try to take only short rests, so that's also very unlikely. Oh, no check marks. Oh well. Okay. So can start in any of these 7 hexes. We should focus down those artillery and ignore that guy. I guess we should wound him, maybe even wound him the first turn. We also want to spread out kind of as much as possible because of the stupid artillery and their AoEs. I guess it's impossible for us to be completely spread. We'll see. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Well, like I said, getting a wound as early as possible on that stone golem is our best chance of it eventually dying, and it eventually dying is still in our best interest. Poisoning it is also not bad. I mean, poisoning all the things in the rooms. I mean, 21 turns to death. Well, it's a bit faster than that since they do have self-damage, but that's pretty much it, right? We don't really have another way to deal with it, so. Yeah, we've got Virulent Strain where we can just like be walking away and snap our fingers and make it take damage, some stuff like that. I guess we just stun it then. We can't really contribute a whole lot else. We could attack one of the artillery maybe, but I think just playing a stun this turn is reasonable. Is there... No, unfortunately they're set up in such a way that we can never hit more than one thing with the Soothsinger's AoEs or disables. There is the Retaliate plan, but I don't think that's the one we want to go down. Yeah, no matter what, we're setting up a song here. And what are we doing for a bottom? Golems are ridiculous, I agree. It's funny though, because some parties just do not care at all, but some parties really, really do. Also depends whether there are traps or not. There are traps later, but not for now. Yeah, probably Dirge. If we go here, we can Dirge everything. And maybe our allies will have to move to avoid AoEs. We'll see. Maybe they don't AoE. We can always be optimistic. We'll see. I think playing Dirge here is reasonable, though. The sooner we get Blesses, the better chance we have of killing these things more quickly. So, 16 health. Fortunately, the regulars don't have 2 target. They're not that likely to AoE. I think they're 1 in 4. And then, yeah, this thing has 21 health and shield 4. Wow. The Schloys, enhancing Dirge is dirty. That's on the level of, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but that's on the level of adding an extra hex to Vengeance for the kind of sick people who would do that to break Gloomhaven. I mean, we've had this discussion, but Dirge is the most powerful level 4 card in the game. This card is already broken. You don't need to break it even more. I mean, yes, obviously it's very good if you add another curse. That's a very good enhancement without a doubt. Just a very dirty enhancement. Nah, I'm teasing a little bit, obviously. All right. The Sluicinger has a lot of good enhancements, though, obviously, because also being able to add hexes to these are so great, which is also kind of dirty. So what are we doing here? We kind of do need to move up so that if we need to draw their fire, we can at least, I mean, avoid some splashing. I mean, I added a curse and then retired the next scenario, so I don't actually have much experience with it. Fair enough. Yeah, so you've done nothing wrong. Completely reasonable. All right. Anyway, this plan looks good. Wounding the golem, stunning the golem, setting up shields, curses, blesses, and some poisons. Gloomhaven shower thoughts. Need to design a trap-based custom class and use Admiral Akbar as the Templar. That's not bad. Now it's better for us to be focused because we'll have the shield from the Soothsayer. But the real question is, well, you know what, Thermos, you should do this for April Fools for the subreddit, right? Post it on April 1st. Yeah, the class itself is a trap. I know that's how the meme goes full circle. It is really beautiful. All right, let's go. Oopsies. All right, let's go. Oof, good thing we're stunning him. Oh, the AoEs! Oh, you stupid artillery. I already had another April Fool's idea. Ah, fair enough. Alright, well, the Soothsinger goes first. We're going to activate Dunce of Diddy as a song. We're going to use the bottom disorienting dirge. Everyone's reset their XPs, not the Plague Herald. Nice try, cheaty bug guy. Alright, so we give a bless to both allies. And then we're done. So then we're up on the Quartermaster. So we're going to gain 1 experience. We're going to use Bladed Boomerang. We're going to attack the Golem. Now it would be silly to count on getting a refresh here. Yep, alright. So as expected, we do absolutely no damage to it, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to do a move to shield oneself. Is it possible for us to go somewhere where they're both going to focus us? No, impossible. So we're both going to get hit by, or I mean, 2 people are going to get hit by one of the artillery. That's obnoxious. All right, so I guess we're just going to go to here then. Maybe even here, because then we can, if we're not adjacent to him, we can actually immobilize him, and then maybe he'll do nothing. Although, if we ever try immobilizing him, we know he's just going to flip his range attack then. Definitely should go next to the artillery. Even though the artillery can affect adjacent allies, well, I guess then we're getting pushed anyway. It really changes nothing then. Sure. Oh no. So we got to go here, actually. That way when he pushes us, we don't go next to people and get AoE'd. These 2 are getting AoE'd no matter what. Yeah, it sucks that they did this the first turn, but so be it. Okay, so then it is the Plague Herald's turn. So we're going to use the bottom of Accelerated End, poisoning everything in the room. It's a nice bottom action. And then we're going to use the top of Paralyzing Bite, gaining 1 experience, and we're going to attack the Elite, hoping not to flip a Bless. Come on! DTSY! DTSY! Alright, so our 1 with the poison of 2 up to 2 gets crit to 4, which still does no damage. TTSY. Alright, I mean, we were still supposed to attack this because it's hitting for way too much damage. A 7 or 6, whatever, targeting everything. Yeah, that's not happening. Alright, now the Ancient Artillery go. He gets pushed back 1. 2 attacks just the Quartermaster, and then 5 attacks Plague Herald, and then Soothsinger. These attacks are at -1, so normally 4, but 3. on the Plague Hero or on the Quartermaster. So 4. We have Defensive Ditty and 1. No, we have 1 shield from Crushing Hammer, 1 shield from Defensive Ditty, 1 shield from this. So we take 1. Then we have on the Plague Herald. So again, this was a 3. We have Defensive Ditty. Man, where's the bottom of Stinging Cloud when you needed it? So we take 2. Then on the Soothsinger, so 2 damage as well, because we don't have Defensive Ditty on ourselves. And then the Stone Golem goes, loses his stun, takes 1 from the wound. Okay. So we got to make some plans here for what it is we want to do. It's time to start killing this artillery, that's for sure. Oops, we got to actually end the round. That would be smart. So I guess we just pop off here, do as much damage as possible with the Plague Herald. Just hitting this artillery. Again, focusing down one artillery is better than splitting a bit of damage to both of them. The Quartermaster will have to stay down here with this artillery though, but that's okay. So this will just give us, an attack 4 plus an attack 3, both with poison. We're looking at 9 damage there already. That's not bad. What are we doing here? I think what we want to do actually, which is pretty nice, is we can actually use the bottom of Provoke Terror to push the Stone Golem back. So we can push him to here, and then we can disarm both of these with Throw Voice. We have to hope that he goes after 44. He typically should, but again, it's a Stone Golem, so here he's going to flip the 29 immobilize. Whatever. We're gonna hope for the best. We can do nothing but hope when we're facing Stone Golems before they slowly but inevitably crush any semblance of hope that we had. Okay, so I guess we can just do a ranged attack and shield ourselves against the... Oh no, but this is going to be disarmed. I guess we can also move to here and do a ranged attack there, maybe killing that. If we use this as a default move, we can get it back with Endurance, which we need to get a card back with Endurance anyway. Going early, I mean, with the 1226, this gives us a reasonable chance, making an attack 6, an attack 5, and an attack 4 against the top artillery. Gives us a pretty reasonable chance of actually killing it before it goes. And the other one will be disarmed. And by putting ourselves here this turn, then next turn we can go ham with the bottom of Giant Club plus the top of Hasten Step, making attack 3, attack 3, attack 4 because of the poison, which is pretty sweet. Fortunately, our negative modifier deck, because those stupid -1s, does make this a little bit more punishing, but hopefully this is okay. So we just really need him not to flip his immobilize. Okay, that's fine. Amazing, actually, that he didn't. I was sure that it would happen, but all right. We've got a chance. All right. So, Quartermaster's up first. We're going to perform a generic, or sorry, no, first. Yeah, no, we're going to use the bottom of Reinforced Steel as default move 2. We're going to use 1 charge of our major endurance potion going here. And then we're going to use the top of Scroll of Lightning, which creates light, making an attack 5, range 3, targeting the topmost Ancient Artillery, plus 1 from the poison. So an attack 6 on that artillery. All right, that's nice. So an 8, which puts it down to 8. And then, because we used Endurance Potion, we're getting back Reinforced Steel. Next up is the Plague Herald. So we always have 2 attacks. Fetid Flurry is a better attack to make against the Stone Golem in case we were to crit and kill the artillery, but it's so unlikely that we crit and kill the artillery, especially as we've already drawn the Bless, and accordingly it's better to make the curse attack first so that we do actually apply a curse. So we'll use Fetid Flurry first to attack the Ancient Artillery, so this makes this an attack 5, curse, okay? So it is simply 5 damage, putting it down to 3, and we throw a curse into their deck. We forgot to give them curses before? Yes, we did. I mean, that would have been nice to have them before, but they were supposed to get 3 curses when we did Dirge. We just forgot about it. I realize this now because I see that their curse deck, or that their deck has this number. Okay, so just applying those. Again, I've only hurt myself by the fact that I wasn't able to draw them last turn, which would have been nice. Well, I mean, I guess it was so-so, but still. It's an easy fix. All right, so then spread the plague bottom as an attack 4. It's targeting that same ancient artillery. Okay. +2 is a bit unnecessary, but we'll take it. We didn't get the first kill, did we? No. No allies become exhausted. No money. Got to remember that. Please remind me, because I will definitely forget. And I would definitely take, I think, the 2 check marks. That perk deck's just so sweet. Okay, so that's dead. We have to kill Vermling for our personal quest. All right. And so then it's our turn here. So we're going to use the bottom of Provoke Terror as an attack 4, range 4, push 3. We're going to target the golem, and we are going to use the push. So 1, 2, 3 to here. So this is actually 1 further away. We can only push it to here. Unfortunately, we can't push it to here, which would certainly be better, but we don't have a choice. So we will be using the push. So we make our attack 4. Nice. All right. So our 4 gets +1 because the poison is a 5 +2 from our modifier. This gives us a total of 7. It has 4 shield, so it takes 3 damage, putting it down to 17. And again, they get a curse. And then we push it to here, and we use the top of Throw Voice to disarm both the Ancient Artillery and the Stone Golem, thanks to our enhancement. And disarming it here is great because it's actually going to damage itself. So this is actually a very fortunate turn for us, without a doubt. Guess the Quartermaster's taking 2 damage because we moved adjacent. We could have not moved adjacent, but it also gives us a really great turn. I think it's probably okay to take 2 damage to have the better turn next turn. So it's okay. Okay. So the Ancient Artillery loses its disarm. Well, both just lose their disarms. But the Ancient Artillery does. All adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage, which means the Quartermaster suffers 2. That's okay, though. Worth it for what we're going to get to next turn. And then the Stone Golem, instead of giving someone else damage, suffers damage himself. He takes 2 from his own ability and then 1 from the wound, putting him down to 14. Oh, wow, we're a third of the way there. Making progress. Okay. So we are done. It would be nice to stun him with this, but this is just so good. Maybe we do have to do this now and use another attack next turn. Let's see. Let us see. What else is happening here? We don't have any more CC here, nor here. So yes, we should stun him rather than taking a bunch of attacks from him, which means we'll be using this turn, and then next turn we use like that plus generic attack. Generic Graves, you've cursed me. How have I cursed you? In TTS? Ever since you mentioned it, Rhetoric keeps forcing the redesign on me. It happens to me all the time these days. Ah, that's a good question, Antares. I've always read it as enemies. Ah. Yeah, I guess you're right. That is probably tied to the attack, right? I'm going to blow my nose quickly, but I hadn't thought of that. It's just because... Let me show you. But yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense that it's supposed to be a splash sort of thing. It's just they have all these things that affect people adjacent to them. Look up Massive Boulder. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense that it should look like Massive. I mean, it does look like Massive. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I think we've all been misplaying it. But like I said, I think it was natural to misplay it because they have all these things that affect things adjacent to them, right? They've got these 2. There's a wound one as well, which I don't know where that went. Did we disappear it? So we got 7 cards. Oh, no, it's under... Oh, no, maybe there's not. But yeah, they have all adjacent, these, so I just assumed these were the same. But yeah, let's actually go take a look at Massive Boulder and see how that's worded. That's a good call. This is definitely the fastest way to do this rather than simply using the search function. All allies and enemies adjacent to the target. No. All right, so I think we're correct. Yeah, no, I think we've been doing it right. Because ECO's right. ECO always knows what he's talking about. Because Massive Boulder says all allies and enemies adjacent to the target suffer 1 damage, so if this was supposed to be adjacent to the target, then it would say adjacent to the target, not adjacent. This must be anti-melee stuff, still. I think we've got it right. All right. It's true that Gloomhaven isn't as precise. Wait, we did lose a card. I thought so. The real question is, where did it go to? down here. Yeah, there. Yeah, see, this was another anti-melee. Yeah, I mean, all right, that's fair. Gloomhaven wording isn't always so consistent. Well, in this case, again, we're oh nice. I felt like the one arguing for Splash was missing something, but he's so adamant about this stuff I didn't want to bother. I mean, to be honest, Antares, I say this now, but I'm still not 100% certain because it actually does thematically kind of make sense that it is supposed to be a form of Splash because they do a lot of AoE anyway. So I wouldn't actually fault someone, sorry, accidental spacebar, fault someone for arguing that it's that. In this case, again, um, keeping it like this is the worst for us because we actually take 2 damage rather than not taking 2 damage. So I think we will leave it as is, and we'll just follow that wording or that ruling for now. But I mean, again, I could completely understand someone interpreting it the other way. It's funny though that I never even considered that it should be the other way. But now that I thought about it, I realized yeah, that actually makes sense. Why didn't I even think about that? I mean, it makes sense to possibly think of it like that. Okay. So yeah, it does really make sense as well to stun the stone golem, especially because 26 lets us go before their stupid immobilized pull, which we really like them not to do. Can't stun them forever, but we can do our best. So what are we doing for bottoms here? Because for tops, I guess we can start focusing the stone golem later. We should actually make sure that we kill this first, especially since we're not going to get all the attacks that the Crackart wanted. Yeah, an official answer for this would be good, actually. That's a reasonable question to ask, I think. So our best attack to use against the artillery is just that one. As for a bottom action, I guess just giving a heal to the Quartermaster is probably fine here. We're going to use these 2 tops against the Stone Golem eventually, so we want to save those, and the rest of ours are multi-target AoE type stuff, which is actually just not good at all in this situation. So hopefully we don't have to attack the artillery again, basically, is the moral of the story here. Speaking of, what are we doing? Can maybe even just switch to Nightmare Serenade here? This is a pretty crappy song, but the attack is really bad here. And the truth is that Defensive Ditty's not going to be doing too much. Well, I guess actually we're not CCing this, but the point is against an enemy like this, Defensive Ditty is pretty underwhelming, simply because it hits for so much damage that subtracting 1 from its damage is just pretty insignificant. Bottom Nightmare Serenade feels pretty bad. I think I'm surely wanting to use the bottom Melody and Harmony, and I think actually just playing Nightmare Serenade for the song here. Just being able to stack up a few curses while we take some time dealing with this golem's probably fine. Nightmare Serenade's a pretty bad song, but Defensive Ditty's not very good here either, and the one healing, well, actually the one healing does affect both of our allies, so maybe that's just a better song to set up here. Yeah. At the same time, we could actually use this as a bottom heal. So maybe not. We don't really care about the health on the Plague Herald. Well, actually, it does matter in this scenario because we do have to split up, so there is a chance. Well, there's a reasonable chance the Plague Herald takes some hits. But I think we'll have plenty of time now. Yeah, we're gonna get plenty of curses in their deck. Actually, this is actually the better way to do that. Let's use this opportunity now to get the free healing, and we'll basically continue with our plan of not ever playing the top of Nightmare Serenade because it's a terrible song. Not a terrible song, but it's really underwhelming compared to our other stuff. Okay, this works. +1 attack, so be it. All right, the Soothsayers first. We're going to do move 3, attack 3. We actually do have to go adjacent to it, which unfortunately is going to give us a disadvantage attack. We want to do this because it will allow us to then, when we play our song, to punch, which is nice. We could go here, which puts us close to the chest, but anything for us can be a move 3, so it's kind of the same. I guess a song can be a move 2, which gets us the chest. But not going adjacent to this actually does allow the immobilized to potentially CC him. Unfortunately, he's played 1 ranged attack, but he still is, well, at that point, 1 out of 5 to get a ranged attack, which is, of course, going to happen when we immobilize. Well, we say that, but who knows? All right, so we go there. Sorry, we have 1 experience for having a song up. So we do our move 3, attack 3. We are going to attack the artillery because this is the most important thing to kill. So it'll be a disadvantaged attack. Oh, God, the disadvantage right through the heart. All right, I mean, it's kind of my own fault, but I still think it made sense. It's so unlikely that we get that. Yeah, so we have how many rolling in our deck? We have 5 rolling. So there were 22 cards in our deck, so that means there were 17 results. Yeah, very low percentage for a miss. Oh well. All right, and then we're going to play the top Soothing Lullaby as a song because we have the Master's Lute. Activating a song does give us an attack 2, targeting this artillery. We would have missed on this anyway, so it's kind of okay. Hopefully we get a nice modifier here. Oh, worth it. I'm a genius. All right. You even have the added -1 cards to decrease the chance of the fail. I agree. All right. So anyway, this is beautiful because we got +1/+1 and crit. So poison makes us a 3. The 2 more +1s gives us 4 and 5, and then we crit on our 5, giving us a total of 10, putting this down to 6. We played this perfectly. All right. So then the Plague Herald's up. Plague Herald's going to heal for 1 because of Soothing Lullaby being up. We're going to... No, we're not actually in range. So we need to move to here. Yeah, hopefully we kill him. So we're going to here because we do want to move adjacent to the Quartermaster to give 1 heal, and we don't want to be adjacent to the Stone Golem because we plan on immobilizing it next turn. So we just move there using the bottom wing congregation. Move to heal 1, affect all adjacent allies. So sorry, we heal 1. Oh, the Soothsayer's actually taking damage as well. Nice. This is actually a quite valuable heal. Who said the Soothsayer doesn't deal damage, eh? Well, the Soothsayer definitely can deal damage. And then we're going to use the top of Creeping Curse to do an attack 3, range 3, targeting the Ancient Artillery. Okay, so it's a 4 because of the poison, +1 from the modifier, so 5. Oh, it's at 1 life. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I mean, the Quartermaster's still going to finish it. I mean, I guess it's fine because this way we give a curse. And then we're done. So then it's the Quartermaster's turn. So we're going to begin by using Haste and Step. The first attack is certainly going to go on this artillery. It's an interesting question, actually. Is it even worth attacking the Stone Golem? So the question we have here is because if we want to attack the Stone Golem with Haste and Step, then we can just do Haste and Step first. If we plan on not attacking the Stone Golem with Haste and Step, then we should actually Scroll of Judgment first, because then this would allow us to end our turn on top of the coin or even the chest, which would realistically be the chest. So then we go here, we would attack, move here, and then we wouldn't use the second attack. We're making an attack 3 onto something with 4 shield. We do have a number of +2s as well as a crit and our refreshes, although our refreshes don't actually do anything because we have nothing to refresh right now. Yeah, I've already drawn a +2. I think I'd rather just grab the chest, use this opportunity to grab the chest, to be honest. So yeah, let's actually go here first, using the bottom of Scroll of Judgment to do a move to stun, target 1 adjacent enemy, and stun the Stone Golem. And then we'll use the top of Haste and Step as an attack 2, so really an attack 3, targeting the artillery. Okay. So we kill the artillery, getting rid of a -1, which is nice at least. And then we use the move 1 from Haste and Step just to move on to the chest and end our turn there. Trap chest or 2 nice chests. We shall see. We shall see. An item design for, I think, a pretty terrible item. Yay! I believe we've never used this item before, despite having unlocked it almost every time. So, item design 116. Fair warning to everyone, we will be unveiling item 116. There we go. During your single target melee attack, the target and all enemies adjacent to the target suffer 1 damage. Alright. I think this weapon is not terrible, to be honest. Yeah, it can't even refresh and rest. All right, but realistically, I think this item is not terrible. Simply, I mean, all right, the item itself. It's only 20 gold, which is not very expensive. I mean, I think this is better, for example, than the Poison Dagger, which is also 20 gold. Yeah, exactly. It's 3 to 4 damage on a consumed item. I think it's okay. But I'll explain what the problem with this item is. Is super terrible? I don't think it's super terrible. I think that's unfair. Weapons are also bad in general. Like, weapon slots for a lot of classes are difficult to fill out, and you kind of end up just filling them out with kind of junk. It is very average, but the biggest problem with this card is you're very unlikely to pick up this card, I mean, to get this design early in a campaign, right? Theoretically, if you took the most efficient path possible, maybe you can get here at Prosperity 2 or Prosperity 3, but I think every time I've unlocked this, it's always been like Prosperity 4, Prosperity 5 at least, and here we're Prosperity 6. So this just means that the level of monsters is so high that 1 damage is so insignificant. If you're on level 1 or maybe even level 2 monsters, this damage could be significant, but by the time you, almost always by the time you unlock this item, the amount of damage it deals just doesn't matter at all. So yeah, it's just, like I said, I've never used it, and I'm going to continue that trend. Okay, it's just a design too. Oh man, we picked up this over the coin? Nani? Alright, so the stone golem goes, takes 1 damage from his wound, and loses a stun. And the ancient artillery is eliminated. We actually need to use the default action here. If you can choose to use it after you see your damage, I guess you can fix 1 health left situations, but I don't know if you can do that or not. No, I would assume not. No, any other during your, yeah, you would have to use it before, so yeah. Yeah, no, it's, it may be a bit questionable. If we're being honest here. So again, we really do want to play a default top or bottom with the Soothsinger to get a card back to give us 1 extra turn here. So what do we want to do? I think no matter what, we should probably play Echoing Aria here. I mean, our plan is actually to CC him, right? By immobilizing him, hopefully before he goes. All right, this actually makes sense. So here's why. If we don't, if the immobilize doesn't actually matter, so he does his ranged attack, or he goes before 43, which is certainly possible, then we use Echoing Aria. Well, actually, we're in a spot where, well, and then the Quartermaster moves up, maybe. Yeah, I guess then the Quartermaster moves up or something. We'll see. We use Echoing Aria, which, oh, we were supposed to heal 1 on the Quartermaster's turn. My bad. We had Soothing Melody up because we already healed 1 from the Plague Herald. Then we use Echoing Aria, and we just use the top of this as a default. Although I'm not actually even sure that this works because of our positioning. Well, we'll see. Is the title Two Minis Waking from Its Slumber safe? Yeah, I think that's a fine title. I don't think that gives anything away. I don't think it's borderline. I think it's fine. I mean, maybe other people can weigh in. It's... I guess if you read into it a lot, at first glance to me, all right, what I mean is everyone who has opened the box and has seen that there's a class with 2 miniatures. Okay. Well, anyway, so anyone who's opened the box seems fine to me. I don't know what would be dangerous about it. Well, I can't really say because it's spoiler, but anyone who's opened the box and has seen the box that, I mean, one of the class has 2 miniatures, I think has almost certainly assumed one of 2 possibilities, right? I'm not going to list what those possibilities are because I can give anything away, but to me, it was always one of these 2 things. And I think most people I've spoken to have always thought it's one of these 2 things as well. So I think in either of those 2 cases, I've forgotten there was 2 mini class for quite a while, but we had seen it. Anyway, so in either of those 2 cases, that, I mean, that title alludes to one of those 2 possibilities, but to both of the possibilities. So to me, I think it's not a big problem. But I mean, I don't know if people report it, you could moderate it. You assume 3 possibilities. I wonder what the third is. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna blow my nose, which I need desperately to do anyway. Yeah, I know you can't discuss, but I'm just curious. Well, you can send me a message or something, or you can discuss it on that person's post. A link. Hold on. Interesting way of putting it. But yeah, I guess. It's just, I mean, I suppose if you never looked at the symbol, that could be it. But if you looked at the symbol, I mean, even though it doesn't really, yeah, I mean, fair enough, I guess. I don't know. I think this symbol would kind of eliminate that possibility. in my mind at least. It seemed to me that the symbol alluded to one of the two possibilities. All right. Anyway, so if Aria is good, we can still play Aria. Otherwise, we use this as default. Maybe we switch songs to this because the song here right now, well, we still want one healing on each of them. We'll see. I mean, regardless, we don't really have much to do. We're gonna play Blesses, but we'd rather do that after. Maybe we do this attack. We do default on bottom. I mean, on top. We've got a lot of options. Here, we're doing one of our two things. I guess it makes sense to make the attack first and do the direct damage afterwards because the direct damage is more predictable. As for here, we want the immobilize to do something this turn, so I guess we also want the shield to be good on a turn. Maybe go at 61. But if he ends up, this just sucks because if the immobilize matters, then we're not likely to go after him with 61. Heal also sucks. This definitely, I mean, whatever. We should just play this, to be honest, because we'd like to use the shield the turn where we don't CC him. So it's going to be this, follow with, I don't know, I don't even know what else. Maybe healing ourselves. I guess we should save the heal for next turn just in case we do get smashed by him. All right, this works. Oh, well, I can't really answer that, unfortunately, but yeah. I knew it! I knew it! I mean, admittedly, there have been like 2 turns now where this would have been bad. It's only the second time. All right. Well, he's going to be immobilized for next turn at least, so that's good. No, it's not good because we're going to be immobilized next to him. No, we're going to lose our immobilized this turn. All right. So, what are we doing here then? Well, using Echoing Aria doesn't really do anything because then we get hit because we have the lowest initiative and we're all equidistant from him. Unless we play the song and then Echoing Aria, but then we don't get our extra turn, but we do mitigate a bunch of damage. But we also miss out on the one healing, so we lose some mitigation anyway. I mean, we're basically getting 2 shield by Echoing Aria, so mitigating 2 damage, but because we switch out the song, we're losing healing. No, I think I'd rather keep the song up. So in that case, so is it us who gets hit? I guess it doesn't really matter if it's us who gets hit, but I guess the one we want to get hit most is the Quartermaster. But that never happens. If it's not us, it's the Plague Herald who gets hit. But I guess the Quartermaster doesn't mind being... I mean, the Plague Herald doesn't really mind getting hit either. Problem is we can't go early with the Plague Herald next turn, whereas we can go early with the music now, except we're the only one who doesn't actually get healing, which kind of sucks. No, it should be us who gets hit. All right, so we're going to just do a default top on Echoing Aria, just to get Echoing Aria back. Oh, but we're going to actually be immobilized next turn, because we go before. No, we're the only one who can't get immobilized this turn. Ugh. All right, so we do have to move away, which means if we have to move away, we don't really get to do anything, right? We can switch songs, but we don't want to do that. Otherwise, we lose a turn. Is losing a turn a cost? Yeah, losing a turn is a cost. I don't really want to do that. So I guess we're just we can set up the retaliate then maybe. Maybe that song is actually better here. It will actually just do 2 direct damage to him. Maybe 2 direct damage is worth a lot. We miss out on 2 healing to do 2 direct damage. There's a decent chance we long rest in the future. I hate these stone golems. It's like I'm fighting a boss here, the amount of decision making I have to make on this stupid enemy. Oh no, but if we get it pulled next to, we're going to be disadvantaged on our attack. I guess it's not the absolute end of the world. At least we're not next to him next turn, which is the most important thing. Sure. All right. Yeah, if we switch songs, we can also go grab the more difficult to grab coin, and that's something. So let's do that. So we're going to actually do the top of Echoing Aria as a song. So getting rid of this one, Echoing Aria becomes active. Changing song. Wait, don't. Oh, yep. Thank you, ECO. Ah. I was like, wait, why is this bad? Wait, changing song saves us 2 damage anyway? How does changing song save us 2 damage, though? Oops, we put the wrong song back. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. No, it can't be us immobilized next to it. It has to be the Plague Herald. Plague Herald doesn't go early next round, though. God, this just sucks either way. Plague Herald's initiative is a problem for us. We really messed up this turn, I think. We were just playing around him not getting this, and he got specifically this one card. Because the problem is the Plague Herald can't run away from him fast. 47 initiative? That's probably not faster than the Stone Golem can go. I guess we just have to hope that it is. Alright, yeah, whatever. This is the most reasonable thing to do. So we're just going to do basically nothing here. So we just have the choice of whether we switch songs or not. So we're going to do default move back to here with Nightmare Serenade. We're going to use, we have not used any charges yet. This was from the previous scenario. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to use a charge of our Major Endurance Potion, get Nightmare Serenade back so that we get an extra turn. And then we're going to change songs. I think 2 damage is worth it to this enemy. I'd like to kill him before I go into the next room. I think it is viable. So we set up Becoming Alright. We also gain 1 experience oops on our turn for having a song up, which was Soothing Lullaby. So then we're done. So then the Stone Golem goes. He's going to attack the Plague Herald. So his attack is at -2, so he's going to attack 5 on the Plague Herald. Ugh, would have loved to see a curse there. Certainly not that. Anything but that. So 6. Oof. Well, we might. +3 muddle. I said everything. Gotta run this deadline, is killing me. Thank you, Themris. Guten Tagen. So we get pulled to here, and we get immobilized. And he takes 1 damage from his wound. And then sorry, I'm laughing because of Themris's German chatting. Then it's the Plague Herald's turn. So the Plague Herald is going to begin by using the bottom of Nightmare's Affliction to immobilize him. We can't move anyway since we're immobilized, so immobilizing him hopefully helps us next turn. He can't ranged attack. We just have to hope that he goes after 47. Ugh. We'll see. And then we're going to use Under the Skin. I wish we'd use the other attack here because then we wouldn't be disadvantaged because it's just 3 direct damage. But again, this card, oh well. So we make a disadvantage attack targeting him. Okay, well that's nice. So that solves a lot of problems. Makes the immobilize kind of redundant, but that's okay. Totally worth it. All right, so we ignore the rolling modifier because it's disadvantaged. We still get the +0 stun. Wait, it's not a rolling stun, is it? No. Oh, the wrong deck. Wrong deck. Oh no. Oh, it was too good to be true. That's what I was just thinking of. Oh no, it's like this. It's just taunting me. Oh, it's just taunting me. All right. My own fault. And I had to reshuffle there. I just had the stun on top too. That's brutal. Well, no one to blame but myself. All right, so we get a +0 in the end on an attack that is effectively 5 + 1 from the poison, so 6. And he has 4 shield, so 2. Again, 6 because of 2 pierce, negating 2 shield, so I just add it all together. 3 attack and then 1 poison. So 6 total on our +0. And then we're done, and then it is the Quartermaster's turn. So the Quartermaster is going to perform a default move at the bottom of Catastrophic Bomb, moving to here, I guess. Here actually is easier to tune the outcome. Using the bottom of Catastrophic Bomb and the top of a Giant Club to swing a Giant Club at this dude. Well, that's unfortunate, but there's just nothing we would have really wanted to use this far. Oh well. So +0 on a 5 is 6. Again, 2 effective damage. God, just so tanky. And that's the end of the round. All right, well, we're going to hope to be able to run away. Go as early as possible. Do direct damage. And I guess we actually would rather go late, because if they can both move next to us, then we can actually do the bottom of Nightmare Serenade plus the top of Tuning the Outcome, rather than having to move. And there's no reason to go fast. It's not like anything we're doing fast is changing anything. Ah, crap. He was supposed to take 2 damage from the Retaliate. Forgot about that. So he should actually be at 6. He got retaliated when he attacked the Plague Herald. All right. Go. It's actually okay. It's okay. So Stone Golem goes. loses their immobilized. It could be a lot worse. I'm more than happy to have this happen here because we're not really attacking him this round anyway. So at least him not attacking the Plague Herald. The immobilized did nothing, but so be it. So he takes 1 damage from his wound and sets up retaliate 3 range 3. So then the Quartermaster goes. The Quartermaster is going to do a heal 4 on the Plague Herald, which gives him 1 experience. And we're going to do a default move 2 on the bottom of Reinforced Steel. And in this case, we actually can just move to this coin because the Soothsinger is certainly not attacking the Plague Herald. Attacking the Stone Golem, as she would take a bunch of retaliate. So here we can just move and grab a coin, since she'll move no matter what. Okay, and so then we're done. So then the Plague Herald goes. Plague Herald gains 1 experience. Remove poison from any one enemy to cause it to suffer 3 damage. So this suffers 3, going down to 2. So it will get 1 more turn, unfortunately. But after that, we're done with it. And then we're going to use the bottom of Biting Gnats. So we could grab a coin, or we could get a bless. Well, oh, there's a chest up here as well. Oops. So actually, sorry, on the on the Quartermaster's turn, we're going to use our Boots of Striding. Then we're not giving blesses to anyone. Poor Soothsinger, not like this. I guess we're just doing a move curse then, so be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stealing the other chest. This one's probably a trap. So we can long rest this next turn anyway. So what's in chest number 39? Yeah, it's a trap. Yep, I knew it. I knew one of these would be. Anytime there's 2 chests that are way too easy to get like this, there's always one that's a trap. So we take 5. Not cool. But it's not like we're gonna not get the chest. Where's Admiral Akbar class when we need it? Okay, so then like I said, we did 3 damage, and then we're gonna use our move to just go up and grab this coin. Yep. So then we're done. So then here, gain 1 experience by having a song up. I guess we can actually switch to Nightmare Serenade. We certainly don't want Echoing Aria as our song when we go into the next room, and this actually does do something here. Who do we want this thing to attack? Interesting. Because we could actually just take a chance to attack it. How likely do we kill it? We'd have to get a literally +3 muddle. Because the point is we can use... Alright, the top of tuning the outcome is not doing what we want. So no matter what we're using, the bottom of tuning the outcome to a move 3 curse. So giving them 1 curse. And we are switching songs, so we might as well just punch him and hope. This actually means our ordering was kind of wrong, because we would have liked to punch with the poison on. This would have given us a much better chance of killing, but I still think it's worth it. So we will get rid of Echoing Aria, we'll activate Nightmare Serenade, and we'll punch. Here we go. +3? No. Alright, well, no damage, but so be it. And that's the end of the round. So, yeah, long rest here. Long rest here. Just let him die. And then here. I don't really know exactly what we're doing. Kind of messing out on some stuff. Could also just long rest, but yeah, that's actually probably better. It's probably better just to long rest here, gain 2 life back, and choose the card to lose, rather than playing these 2 cards for pretty much nothing. I mean, yeah, we move a little bit closer to the door, which is significant, but not that significant. I think I'd value 2 life and choosing the card to lose more. So actually, we'll just do triple long rest. Again, we're just waiting for him to die because he needs 1 more turn. Unfortunately, he can't get that this turn. Can be something scary. No, it's not that scary. Alright, so the Stone Golem goes. He's going to take 1 damage from his wound, going down to 1. And he's going to punch the Soothsinger for 7. We're not even going to get the free curse. Oh well, didn't really matter in the end. Haha! Iron Helmet on the Soothsinger. Bam! Otherwise, this would have been a loss. Well, this actually, if we didn't have the Iron Helmet here on the Soothsinger, this would have been catastrophic. This would have been an attack 7, which would have been a 14, and we have no cards in our hands. This would have been 2 cards lost from our discard. That one might very well have been a loss scenario, actually. Fortunately, we have the aforementioned helmet, so instead we simply take +0 as a 7, which still hurts, but we'll be alright. And then we do a triple long rest. So heal here. We have a song up, but I think we'll bring it back because we don't want the song when we enter the next room. We still do gain 1 experience, though. Heal here. And heal here. And we cheated. We brought 1 too many cards. Son of a bitch. All right, well, we didn't play this, and this is the card we're considering not bringing, so that's an easy solution. It's because I put it up to 12 cards, then I was substituting cards, but I forgot that I had already added 1. Well, fortunately, it doesn't actually impact the scenario in any way, since we didn't end up playing Stinging Cloud. And, like I said, it was a very simple swap out because it was the card we were considering. It was the last card we were considering cutting. Now we're at 11 cards. How I didn't notice that before, kind of a little bit sad, but so be it. Oop. Oh, no. Misclick there. All right, so we got to lose a card for everyone. Soothing Lullaby is still relevant, I think. What do we not want up here? Probably just not our weakest curse attack. Fighting Gnats is still just good for the movement. Although we, yeah, because otherwise we just got this for movement. Because this we're going to use the top a lot on. Yeah, I think we want to have 2 move 4s. So let's, oops, yeah, definitely not that. Let's get rid of Creeping Curse. Oops, not to down there though. Here. We're at 7 curses. We could just go Disorienting Dirge and just get rid of Defensive Ditty now. Defensive Ditty is actually quite good against Stone Golems, though. Negating an attack 5 and an attack 7 with a bottom action is actually maybe even better than Echoing Aria. It depends on the situation. Could also just get rid of Tuning the Outcome now. Yeah, that's actually our worst card. Let's kibosh that. Okay. And down here. I mean, our whole combo is not very good. Yeah, let's just get rid of Catastrophic Bomb. It's just not good against the enemies in this scenario. Okay. So, oh yeah, sorry, he died actually because he took 1 damage from his own ability on that turn as well. He's dead. Let's rush into this room, shall we? So, move 5 gives us enough movement. And a wound attack to start seems pretty safe against most enemies in this scenario. As for us, the most defensive ditties, and a little bottom healing, since we actually want to get the song up before our allies go in, but we don't want to rush into the room. So we can just toss out this little heal 3, probably on ourselves. Yeah, we managed to kill it. It only took about 8 to 10 actions solely directed at it, but we did it. It's dead now. All right, we're gonna go as late as possible on the Plague Herald. Why does this card have such good initiative too? I mean, not the absolute best, but 84 is good for such a powerful card. It's just silly. And we'll throw out some curses and some poison. Seems pretty reasonable. So actually, if we're throwing out curses and poison, we really actually should just... No, but I kind of want to play the bottom of Dirge one more time. No, Dirge is just too good on this scenario. Let's actually get Dirge's top up. We're at 7 curses. We're going to go up to 9 curses on the Plague Herald's turn. We were actually supposed to do some shopping on the Plague Herald. We forgot to. We wanted to have the Hawk Helm. Oh well. This, yeah. I think this is just reasonable to get this up now. Okay. Let's do it. So, Soothsayer's first. We activate Disorienting Dirge. All enemies gain disadvantage on all their attacks. And we gain 1 experience. We use the bottom of Soothing Lullaby. And yeah, I think we'll heal ourselves. Just to be safe. Okay. Then it is the Quartermaster's turn. So we have a move 5 on the bottom of Hasten Step. 1, 2, 3, onto the door. Finally get to read the actual scenario rules text. So let's go take a look at that. Oops, that's the wrong way. All right, there are a number of pressure plates equal to the number of characters. For 2 characters, the plates A exist. For 3 characters, the plates A and B exist. For 4 characters, the plates A, B, and C exist. Isn't this kind of nonsensical, actually, the way this is arranged? So you are supposed to set up... I mean, I guess... Yeah, I guess before you open that door, you would have just set up all 4 of the pressure plates, and then here you would just remove one of the pressure plates. It kind of creates a sort of backwards way of doing the scenarios. It also doesn't specify the win condition, whether it's end of round or whether it's immediately. But it says occupy all pressure plates simultaneously. So it seems to me that this would be immediate, as we kind of assessed before in a similar scenario, but I guess I really don't know, so. We will assume that that's the case here. Okay. I think that should make it immediate, but this is Gloomhaven, so I don't know. Yeah, I would agree that I think this makes it immediate. All right, so we have one regular stone golem, one regular bones. Yeah, okay, the regular stone golem only has shield 3 and 16 health. That is much more manageable. 16 health. The regular bones. Bones. 13 health and 1 shield. I think that when all pressure plates are occupied simultaneously, win condition triggers, and you have to survive the round. So someone brought up a counterpoint to this previously, but I don't remember it because my memory is terrible. And then we have one elite and one regular of the artillery. Okay, so we have everything except living spirits here that we have to flip. Okay, so 7 range, 2 target on the elite. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on, we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can. We have. So we can move out of the range of these if we want to. But then we won't get a wound on enemy. These things hit for a 4 and a 5. We have dirge up. Yeah, I don't think it'll matter, but we'll see. We are playing on +3 here, so. All right. The bones isn't moving. That's good. The stone golem is at move +1, so he has 3. So if we actually move all the way back, he's still going to come up. He's actually going to come up and hit the soothsayer, which we don't want. Do we want him getting into the door? Probably not, actually. Kind of need to use him on in the traps. These are all the traps in this scenario? Yes. Very interesting. Most interesting, in fact. So we can actually just execute him, which I think is the play, right? Traps are 9 damage. Man, I love the compass. Yeah, we can execute him. I think that's what's correct. I guess at the same time we can push him. Next turn with provoke. We can execute this. No, not quite. Could kill it though. This is the most threatening enemy in the room by far. It hits for a lot, it hits everyone, it's really protected back there. It's actually not easy for us to kill either. So I think executing that is actually more valuable. And it also doesn't actually require the utility belt use. So I think I like this plan. So how about we do that? So if we're here, hold on. So let's say we go to 2 more movement. And we also use our boots to get even 2 more movement. And we go to here. So then this can go here or here. We can choose to have it go here. This is equal. Then we move this like this. Then this, if we go to here, can be pushed into there. So that's good. All right. Or can always just be thrown in with a, yep. All right, so I like this. I like this a lot. All right, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We used our boots to get 2 more movement. Also from here, this artillery is not going to hit us, which is quite valuable as well, to be honest. So then we're going to use the top of Bladed Boomerang to do attack 2, range 3 wound. We're going to target the elite ancient artillery. We've got still some more stuff coming.
Nope, we're not making this mistake again. We're going to use the item first, actually. Yep, because we can actually refresh it, and I'd much rather refresh that than our boots. So we are going to use the compass before attacking, moving this 1, 2. Each of these does 9 damage, so it's 18 damage total. This has 20 life, so this puts it down to 2. Yeah, compass is pretty good. And this one has 16 health. And we already set these healths. All right, perfect. This way, if we flip a refresh, we get the compass back here rather than our boots. All right, so now we attack it. Beautiful. So that's dead. Yes, the wound is very valuable on him, but at the end of the day, I mean, yes, now I do wish that I'd used a different attack here, because I would rather have the wound here than I've just used this as an attack that kills anyway. But killing this artillery in the turn we enter the room is going to make this room so enormously easier that I think it's absolutely worth doing. And again, it didn't even require the utility belt. We still can use the utility belt to put this into there if we want. Did elite artillery greater than having damage on golem? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So then we are done. I don't think there was anything else to do here. No. So then the stone golem goes, has +1 move, -1 attack, goes there, attacks the quartermaster for 4. All attacks are disadvantaged. Yep. Oh, come on now. Why it does that is just silly. Yeah, we never like flipping 2 at once, especially on a lower value attack like this, but so be it, we'll take it. So we take no damage. And again, this artillery has range 7, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which doesn't reach the Soothsayer and does not have line of sight on the Quartermaster. Living Bones goes, but doesn't move, and then we're up on the Plague Herald. Good decision to go at 84 for sure. So then we're going to do a move 4 with the bottom of Wretched Swarm. 1, 2, 3. We have 1 more movement if we want. I guess we do want to leave this spot open for the Soothsayer, so I think we will go 4 to here. And then we'll use the top of Nightmarish Affliction. We create Dark. We do attack 1, range 3, target 2, poison curse, targeting both the Stone Golem and the Living Bones. We'll do them in that order, I guess. So Stone Golem first. Okay, and then Living Bones. Beautiful. All right, well, we got 1 damage here. So that's nice. No damage on the Stone Golem. They're both poisoned, though, which is nice. And we give them 2 curses, which is also nice. And that's the end of the round. Mm-hmm. So it's unlikely that we kill this turn, even if we push it into there. So we can actually, we don't need to, I mean, what we could do here is we could set up a song, which allows us to do a move 2. But we don't really want to switch songs. We'd rather keep Dirge up. But this would allow us to then get in position to be able to use Provoke Terror as an attack 4, range 4, push 3 by going here, and then going 1, 2, 3, pushing him into the trap. But doing 9 damage to him now, this would still leave him with 7 life, and it's unlikely we're doing that 7 this turn. We could, but it's not that likely. Better to just do that next turn and allow ourselves to actually do something more effective this turn without having to switch songs when we don't want to switch songs. So what is it we're doing this turn which is effective? Since we do need to move, it's pretty much always Melody and Harmony, which is just why this card is so great. Anytime you absolutely need to move and you have this, you're just happy because you get to make an attack with your amazing modifier deck. And then it's a top action. So we need to save this for the push, so I guess it's just a disarm, and this is fine. And we can just disarm the skeleton or something like that, which is reasonably valuable. As for the Plague Herald, what are we doing? I guess we're just probably beating on the skeleton. The artillery is a higher priority target, but the skeleton, it's not even necessarily. Well, the skeleton hits for 3, but hits 2 targets, and we're going to kind of be in the room in such a way. I mean, it's kind of a narrow room where we do have to enter it. I mean, really get into it. So it's quite likely that he actually does get to consistently hit 2 targets with all the movement that he has. So he's dealing, pretty easily 6 damage per turn, whereas this is dealing like 4 damage per turn. Now, this always hits, whereas the skeleton's more easy for us to CC. So if they were next to each other, I would choose to kill the artillery. But given the fact that we can actually do a bottom attack here, we don't really need to move to attack this. I think it is more valuable than just moving up and being the only one to go attack the artillery anyway, while the rest of our party is still spending the next 2 turns dealing with the stone golem. Rather just stay kind of where we are here. So yeah, I think we probably want to keep under the skin against the stone golem just in case. Should we actually just be hitting the stone golem with this then this turn? Yeah, maybe we should. This actually kind of makes sense. We can do these 2 things then. So we can still attack the skeleton with the bottom of Spread the Plague. It's definitely better than attacking the stone golem. But by using under the skin against the stone golem this turn, and then our virulent explosion, whatever it's called, Virulent Strain to deal 3 more damage next turn. This should, I think, be enough damage that the Stone Golem dies when he goes into the trap next turn, which is pretty much the plan. So I think this is actually the best line. Again, this makes sure that we get rid of the Stone Golem. So yeah. As for the Quartermaster, well, if the Stone Golem is going to live, stunning it is valuable. Fortunately, we don't have a good initiative to attack with, so we're probably just making this attack. This gives us bad initiative, but there's still, I would say, a 3 out of 8 that we go before the Stone Golem. If he retaliates, then this is also good. So I would say we're at 50% for it to be decent against the Stone Golem. And even if he goes first, it still provides us some value to potentially stun him. Something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's just a powerful effect. And this is I mean, it's actually the only attack we can use. I mean, yeah, we could use this attack. We're certainly not playing a lost attack here. We could use this attack, but it's just worse because it would be disadvantage and the initiative's not any better. Oh, this is a push. It's actually only a push 1, right? Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't get him into the trap anyway. All right, let's go. So there's the retaliate. So that's fine. So, ooh, we get to disarm right before that. Some stuff happening there. So Stone Golem goes first. He has huge retaliate. Ah, this is a problem. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. Does mean we're going to have to modify our plans slightly. Maybe we'll just take a little retaliate damage. Who knows? Who knows? Who can say? All right. So then we're up on the Plague Herald. So the Plague Herald's going to begin by using the bottom Spread the Plague, attacking the bones. I think we'll probably attack the bones with both things in the end now because of that retaliate, which is a little annoying, but livable. So attack 3 with the bottom Spread the Plague. So 4 plus 1 for the poison is 5, so 4 actual damage. Down to 8. Yeah, I guess we just under the skin. I mean, yeah, this is one of our better attacks against the Golem. We kind of did need it, but I'm not actually sure that we absolutely do need it in the end. And on top of that, I mean, so it's effectively a 6 here because he's poisoned. So 3 damage with a +0, which is, I mean, kind of reasonable assumption. Our assumption should be a little bit higher than that, but still. So kind of a +3, maybe a +4, but we take 3 to deal it. I don't think this is worth it. We can get it at next turn. It's going to be stunned next turn anyway, so we're not really in a rush to finish it off. Can you take out the skeleton and just disarm the golem for next turn? We don't need to disarm the golem for next turn because we get the stun from the quartermaster no matter what. The better thing would actually be 1, 2, 3. We can actually disarm the ancient artillery though if we take out the skeleton this turn. Not sure we will take out the skeleton. It depends on what we flip with our attack here. Oron says, hey Gripe, I know you've waited on the 2 main Gloomhaven mods for TTS, and this one's your favorite, but which one is the best for someone with terrible internet? If our group has bad net, and this version seems easiest as far as connection goes, your thoughts would be appreciated, as you probably have the most experience with both. I'm not sure if I have the most experience with both. I only tried the other one for a week, and I mean, I have great internet, not to brag. I mean, Western Europe internet, I don't know, I guess that's not always true. Some places in France have really bad internet, but here in Lyon we have great internet. So I've never really had to test it in any meaningful way. Um, I really, honestly, I don't know. Anything would just be pure supposition on my part. This one seems to have less stuff going on, so for that reason, this one might be better. The other one is also more automated though, so if they're like cutting in and out, there's less things for them to manage. I really don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe someone else in the chat knows. They would be able to answer better. That sort of thing is just kind of beyond my realm of expertise. I'm sorry. I appreciate the question, but I'm sorry. Yeah, it's also difficult for me to tell which one's more reasonable in terms of computer strain because my laptop is basically an oven while playing pretty much anything. Again, running the stuff on a laptop is the laptop doesn't appreciate this. And actually these days I mean I do it on dual monitor, so to speak, monitor plus laptop screen, and so regardless it's difficult for me to say. This one or the other one, either one is basically burning my computer alive. All right, did we gain our experience yet for this attack? We did. So under the strain, attacking the skeleton, which again has some potential upside. +2, nice. So we have an attack 3 +2 is 5, +1 from the poison is 6, and we pierce all its shields, so it's just 6 damage, putting us down to 2. So we should hopefully get the kill here. And then we are done. Then we have the Soothsinger who's up, gain 1 experience for having a song up. We're going to do a move 3, attack 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. Make our attack 3 targeting the bones. Okay. So the bones is dead, because that's a 4, plus 1 from the poison is a 5, so that easily kills off this bones, and was not a very real threat. And then we can use the top of Throw Voice at range 3. We go 1, 2, 3, and then we expand the 4 hexes like this, which does in fact disarm the Ancient Artillery. So this works out quite well. Living bones are eliminated. So then we just have the Quartermaster. No matter what, we're always moving and stunning him. He's getting pushed this way. It doesn't really matter where we go to. I guess, so this is the 2. So the Quartermaster should pretty much always be the one who goes by himself. These 2 should go together. So I guess the Quartermaster can go here, because it also puts us closer to killing this. All right. So we go there and stun that. I mean, I guess we could do this after attacking. We're going to gain 1 experience and I think attack. So if we attack, we do effectively 3 damage but take 3 damage. I think that's fine, because we do actually want to kill him. And we need 7 damage, like I said, to kill him. And this is, like I said, an effective 3. So sure, let's do that. All right, so yep, Ogre Club and hit him. Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of. God, those modifiers are brutal. Okay, so our attack is just effectively 5. So this is just 2 damage. Oops, to him, putting him down to 14. And we take 3 from the retaliate. That is rough. And then that goes and loses disarm. That was rough, without a doubt. All right, well, we know what we're doing here. As for a top, I don't know. I mean, maybe we play a song, maybe we don't. It doesn't really matter. We just want to go early and push it. So this is the guaranteed damage. What else can we really do? Guess we can just poison the artillery, since we don't really need to move this turn. So the golem is stunned anyway, so it's not like we have to kill it before it goes. So this seems fine. It's also, because it's already poisoned, we can actually remove the poison and then reapply it, just in case it somehow needs more damage to be killed. And I guess, no matter what, we just make our biggest attack. Do we have some movement? Ugh. No, I guess that isn't still enough movement. Yeah, so the movement that gives a little bit of shielding is kind of the obvious choice, I think. All right, overall this looks fine. Let's go. This is an interesting flip when these are lower level, so they have, like, let's go like here, for example. 5 range, suddenly going to 7 range is a big difference, but when at level 7 and they have 7 range, getting +2 range, not really helping it. Kind of a bad flip there. All right, so anywho, we are going to begin with the Soothsinger. We gain 1 experience for having a song up. We're going to begin by using the bottom of Provoke Terror, so we get attack 4, range 4, push 3. We will be attacking the Stone Golem, and we will be pushing it. So here we go on the flip. Okay, no, +0 is fine, I guess. So our 4 becomes a 5 because of the poison, which is again 2 damage, putting it down to 12. Our push 3 makes it go 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, this takes it out of range of the Brewmaster. Or not Brewmaster. God, every time, Themris, you're the one who's cursed me. The Quartermaster. And so the trap does 9 damage, which puts it down to 3. That's actually fine. Is there a range restriction on Violent? I don't think there is, right? No. Oh, quick question. Since I'm just on a break at work and can't stay too long, how easy is it to create TTS card assets? Never done anything like that. Yeah, importing the stuff into TTS is actually really easy. You can actually Google the tutorial for it. I just watched it. If you can't find it easily, I can send a link to you at some point. You can just message me on subreddit. It's always the easiest way to get a message to me. And I can, forward you the tutorial I watched. It takes not much time at all. Very little time. And it's quite easy. The most tedious thing is actually having to go through and name the cards and give them their initiative numbers so that they actually function properly. But again, that takes 2 minutes. So. Okay, so we're done there. So then it's the Quartermaster's turn. So again, this is actually at 3 life, so it dies just when we snap our fingers, the Violent Strain, so we can go attack the Ancient Artillery. So we're going to do a move to shield oneself, moving to here. And we're going to use the top of Scroll of Lightning, creating light, doing an attack 5, range 3, targeting Ancient Artillery number 2. Man, Those modifiers are killing us. We're doing fine. We're doing fine, but still, it's just brutal. Feels so bad. Okay. Oh, we forgot to do what we were doing with the top. I guess we're doing nothing with the top then. So be it. It actually would have made sense to switch to defensive Diddy, but I'm not going to mess with it at this point because it's too late. We've done something else. So the ancient artillery attacks at -1. I'll explain why. So we're going to get one shield here. By getting one shield here, and this thing's making an attack 3, this will pretty much negate the attack anyway without us needing to try to draw one of our curses. Whereas here, we're basically just going to waste curses, potentially 2, on an attack which is no meaningful damage. But still. All right, so it makes an attack 3, disadvantage. Well, I guess it would have been the exact same outcome anyway. So we just drew 1 more +0 this way, so it's kind of okay. No damage. And then it's the Plague Herald's turn. Remove poison from one enemy to cause it to suffer 3 damage. So you gain 1 experience. We remove the poison here, and it suffers 3 damage, which kills it. What were our battle goals again? No exhaustion, no coins, only short rests. And we've already long rested, so this one's failed, so we'll go put this away. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then we use the bottom of accelerated end to apply poison here. Which I think is worth it, rather than moving a default move to. Okay, so, well, this attack, we need to move enough since we don't have a Hawk Helm, which if we had it would be great because we get this coin. So we kind of got to go, no, I guess we can just go to here. Yeah, that works. Then we can actually heal the Quartermaster using this and make this attack. Beautiful. So the Quartermaster kind of just has a heal. We'll see what we end up using. Maybe just heal and shield, maybe move up and do default attack. Tough to say. And we play these 2 cards, and we will similarly see what we're going to do. You're limited. Let's go. Shield, that's annoying, but we're all going before, so it doesn't really matter too much. All right, so singers up first. Gain 1 experience having a song up. So we can't hit with Nightmare Serenade unless we move by playing a song. Yeah, sure, let's do it. This way we get a hit off. So we're going to use the top of Nightmare Serenade as a song. Again, not really because we actually want this as a song, but simply to get a move 2 on top. So we're activating Echoing Aria. Sorry, not Nightmare Serenade, Echoing Aria, which gives us a move 2. Again, we're going to here, not here, because we don't want to grab the coin. I guess, actually, we can go this way, because we need to go this way. So then from here, we do have line of sight to this hex. We're going to use the bottom of Nightmare Serenade, gaining 1 experience, gives us an attack 1, range 3 curse. So we do 1, 2, 3, expand like this, hitting the artillery. So this gives us an attack 2 because of the poison, which curses. So 3, down to 9, and another curse into their deck. Okay, and we're done. So the next step is the Quartermaster. I kind of wanted to use this. He's only attacking for 2 anyway. And the biggest thing is actually, I really want to get now in range 2 of him, so that when he attacks, he will actually, the artillery will take 2 damage from this retaliate. So I think in that case, we're actually just going to use Reinforced Steel as a default move 2. We're going to go 1, 2 to here. If we go to here, we can actually get pushed back out of retaliate range, whereas by going to here, it can't actually push us since we're not adjacent to it. You see that it does push 2 target all adjacent enemies. Okay, and then we're just going to actually use the top of Sharpening Kit to heal ourselves for 4 and gain 1 experience. And then we're done. And then but now we're not getting healed by the Plague Herald. Oh well, so be it. Still makes sense because this is where we get the retaliate. So the Plague Herald is going to use the bottom of Winged Congregation to do a move 2, heal 1, affect all adjacent allies. So we're just moving to here so that we're in range to attack the artillery. So this heals the Soothsinger for 1. And we're going to use the top of Fetid Flurry as an attack 4, plus 1 from the poison, so an attack 5, targeting the artillery. Okay, so 5 damage to the artillery, goes down to 4, and we give it a curse. And we're done. So then the Ancient Artillery goes, pushes everything adjacent, gives itself shield 2, which doesn't matter, and then makes an attack -2, so an attack 2, targeting the Quartermaster. -1, and we use 1 charge of this. So we take no damage, but we have Retaliate 2, range 2, so The artillery takes 2 damage, down to 2. Okay. Beautiful. And we're done. So we're actually just going to long rest here on the Quartermaster. The Retaliate song will actually lead to the artillery just killing itself, and we'll get our boots back. Also, theoretically, we'll take a little bit of damage here, which is great. So, well, at least plus one attack, which will mean the Sword Knowledge armor will actually get a charge used, so we'll actually refresh that on long rest as well. So this is a really beautiful long rest. And as for us, or we can just kill it here. I mean, I guess how beautiful is the long rest? I've moved 4. This gets us onto a coin. Soothsinger can long rest as well, which might as well. No reason not to. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I guess, yeah, I mean, go later if we really want to get attacked. It doesn't really do any threatening attacks, right? Yeah, I mean, all right. We'll play these cards. We'll see. We'll go the later option. We'll see what it's going to do. All right. Sure. So again, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it does focus the Quartermaster, even though it could hit multiple targets on us. So it goes first. And this attack is at -1, so it's going to make an attack 3 on the Quartermaster. Again, if we had chosen to go with this first, we would have gone before it, but we do actually want to get attacked so that we can refresh our armor, which I think is worth it. So again, attack 3 on the Quartermaster, -1, so this makes it an attack 2 on the Quartermaster, because -1 here and -1 there. So we subtract 1 here as well, so this was definitely worth it in the end. We take 1 damage here. Why was this worth it? Well, we're going to essentially refresh 2 health and maybe 2 retaliate, but really 2 health here by taking 1 damage here. So we've essentially netted 1 health by going after it. Now we did have to get a little bit lucky. I guess otherwise, if it had gotten a +0, then I guess the worst is it could have gotten a curse, which I guess is a fair argument for trying to go before it. If it got a curse, it would have just been worse for us. Oh well. We're also missing out on 1 experience this way. That's also not nothing. So maybe this was actually a stupid play. But it feels good. It just feels so much valuable to, or so valuable, like so much value to get this back. To get to refresh everything, well, everything meaningful. So, yep, then we go. We don't do anything here. We're just doing a move forth biting gnats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grab this coin. And then we do our 2 long rests. So heal 2 here, refresh this, heal 2 here, nothing to refresh. Definitely bring the song back because we'd like to refresh. Get a new song. Retaliate is good. You heard it here first, folks. Well, there the Retaliate didn't actually help, really, right? I guess it did the other turn, the 2 damage, maybe. But otherwise, it would have just died to the Plague Herald's attack. But yeah, something like that. So actually, what we're going to do on the Plague Heralds, we're actually going to use our boots to move slightly more. Sorry. Because we're going to long rest on the Plague Herald while the Soothsinger catches up. And by using our boots, the Soothsinger... Oh, no! The Soothsinger doesn't want coins. Well, it's still just strictly better for us to be 1 closer to the door since we're going to long rest. So yeah, we'll just move. We'll use our boots and move to there. All right, so we get to choose what to lose on both these characters because we've long rested. Taking all long rest this scenario. It doesn't happen very often. But this scenario is also, so far, not that challenging. I mean, annoying stone golems aside. All right, and we are playing on +3, although this party, yeah, even without 7 is getting to the point of... Okay, so... we need to keep all our movement, basically. The healing actually can be useful if we just have to hang out for a little bit. I'm not sure if we have to hang out for a little bit. Reinforced Steel loss is actually probably fine here, too. So maybe we just get rid of the heal? I guess we also just don't actually care so much about having good attacks, since we really just have to make it onto the pressure plate and we win. So yeah, maybe we just get rid of this. I don't think there can be stuff on the pressure plate. And we can always use, I mean, even if there are things between us and the pressure plate, we have utility belt into compass. So same kind of thing up here. Guess at this point we can just get rid of Soothing Lullaby. Okay, so long rest on the Plague Herald. We're going to move up and set up a new song, which should definitely be Dirge. What are we doing with a move? Nothing meaningful. Good to have this when we enter the room. What is something we can just throw away? I guess we have to constantly be moving, so using the bottom of Echoing Aria isn't very likely. Yeah, Defensive Ditty's probably better than Echoing Aria, to be honest. Since we can use one of them with a ring. Although realistically, we're probably just using the ring to move 6. Okay, so long rest there, play those 2 cards, and here, do we just grab a coin? Puts us further from the door, but can we be this greedy? I guess we don't really care about coin. Yeah, they're not entering the room this turn either. Although ours is a bit further. We have boots though. We can also reuse boots. Let's see. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would have to reuse boots. That's tough then. And then we can't use the compass if something's blocking our path. That's true. We can use bladed. Wait. No, it's a single move. Yeah. During your movement, add +2 movement to a single move. So yeah, we can't get 8 with bladed boomerang, and we can't get more than 7 because even though this can give us 1 on top, this is also our 5 on bottom. So it is not possible. So we can get to the trap from the coin. Yeah, I mean, let's not be silly. We're picking up a coin here. I don't feel like I can lose this scenario at this point, which is kind of silly since again, it is a +3 difficulty scenario. But I guess we just did a few difficult scenarios on +2, and they were kind of challenging. But this is maybe just an easy scenario. I really don't remember this one. Like I said, I've done it so rarely. I think maybe because it is kind of easy. I don't know. All right. Anyway, here we set up Dirge, and we do a default move 3 with the bottom of Echoing Aria. 1, 2, 3 to there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems pretty easy, right? So we have to choose a card to lose. Oh yeah, sorry. And the Quartermaster heals for 2 and does move on to the coin. We're being greedy here. Oh, I can move 2 more for the song. You're right. Good catch. So I can actually go to there. I forget about that a lot. I mean, I remember when it's important, but not in garbage time like this. I guess we actually wanted to use a charge of our endurance potion here as well to get back this, since we just use this as a default move. And I guess she also wanted to use a charge of endurance to get back this, since we also used that as a default move. There we go. So that's in our discard. And here we have to choose a card to lose. So we want our big move because this jumps us onto the trap immediately, and being a jump, it's really quite safe, and we want to play this when we enter as well, so the other card we keep really doesn't matter. Really shouldn't matter basically at all. Let's just get rid of something like this, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, we're leaving some coins behind on a scenario we could win, but again, it's more just about beating things quickly. This allows us plenty of time to beat another scenario today, which I'm happy with. All right, so Wretched Swarm plus this. Us, we need to move a bunch and do some stunning. Guess we can do like stunning and attacking. Attacking is fun, why not? We can also flip stuns with that. What if enemies push though? That's risky. Yeah, pushing or pulling off the traps. I mean, we're assuming it's simultaneous, but we're going to try to play around it not being, so let's just not take any risks. Let's just go early then. So in that case, just something like this to move as a default move. Again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, easy. Get this with a song as well, but I don't think that's the route we're going to go. And as for us, again, it's our biggest move. And I guess just some experience gain, or maybe a stun. We'll see. You can move off the plates as long as all of them are pressed at one point. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see anyway. All right, let's go. So first things first is the Soothsinger. We gain 1 experience for having a song up. We're going to do the bottom of the Echoing Aria as a default move 3. A 1 onto the door. Okay, so what do we have in this room? A lot of stuff. It's kind of a strange scenario design, right? These first 2 rooms, I mean, all right, the first room wasn't easy so much because there's that stupid stone golem who takes an eternity to kill. It does say simultaneously, but ECO's point is saying that you did satisfy the condition by occupying them all simultaneously. So as long as you had all three of them occupied at one point, then afterwards you can no longer occupy them and still, I mean, at the end of that round win, because he believes it's at the end of the round, which again is, I think, a reasonable interpretation. I'm going to try to play around all possible interpretations here, just to be safe, because I think it shouldn't be too difficult for me to do so. All right, so what do we have these up to? Hopefully no... Oh yeah, these things can do pushy stuff. They do pushy stuff. Interesting. Does it specify that it ends immediately? Okay. So we were 1, 2, 3. So we do not want to get pushed off. That would be unfun, to say the least. So we will actually, well, we're going to use the top of Provoke Terror then. Yeah, these things hitting us doesn't really matter. Just to stun this. Yeah, this room is ridiculous without a doubt, but it's also just kind of silly because it's like such a hard room, but not really. I guess the idea is these are supposed to push you off. But, oh well. So we're just going to stun this with Provoke Terror, and then we're going to use our Ring of Haste. At the end of your turn, play one card from your hand and immediately perform the bottom action of the card. And we're going to use Melody and Harmony just to get a fun attack as well, because why not? So this gives us a move 3, attack 3, and we'll attack the Elite, hoping to flip a stun. Nope. All right, 5 damage to him. Not going to bother adding it. So we're done. Then the Quartermaster goes. So we're going to do a move 5. 1, 2, 3. All right, we have a line, so we're good. I mean, a path. So we have 2 movement left. Boots, and then, yeah, refresh boots. We had 1 extra movement to spare to get around things if we needed to, but it looks like it doesn't really matter. Also was all worried about these living spirits, but there's just 1 in the end of the scenario. It's kind of irrelevant, huh? Weird scenario design, without a doubt. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with our move. And then we're going to use our boots to add +2 movement, and then we're going to use the utility belt. During your turn, you or one ally may refresh one of your spent or consumed items to refresh this, and then use this again to add 4 total movement. So 3 just takes us there, and we do nothing with Crushing Hammer. Okay. And then it is the Plague Herald's turn. So the Plague Herald is going to do a move 6 jump, which creates wind, which gives us 1 experience, and we'll use the top of Wretched Swarm, so we're getting 3 experience total. So move 6 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. We had boots as well in case we needed it. And then we're going to do Wretched Swarm, and we're going to stun all of these. I'm not going to bother flipping for all this because it is completely irrelevant at this point. Since they're all stunned, there's nothing else. No, all right, I guess we could flip curses, but let's just be honest here. Not even getting XP from Crushing Hammer. Ah, you're right, we could get XP from Crushing Hammer. I guess it's worth it. All right, so yeah, we'll use Crushing Hammer as well, which we can do by using Long Spear, so we gain 2 experience. And that will stun this. All right. I'm not flipping for all these attacks because at this point there's a single stone golem attacking the Soothsayer, so it is literally impossible for us to all exhaust. None of their attacks are pushing, so even if this stuff matters, it doesn't. I mean, all the artillery are stunned, so they're not pushing anything off. The stone golem is just attacking the Soothsayer. Can't kill anyway. Even if it could kill, this Plague Herald never exhausts. And then these 2 things are going to again attack the Quartermaster. I guess what are they actually doing? But these also really don't matter. They just attack Quartermaster. We cannot possibly lose, and we win. Yeah, that was really easy. That's unfortunate. And we played on +3 difficulty still. I mean, I'm happy we played on +3. We couldn't have gone higher difficulty than this. I mean, we could have done 4-player setup, I guess, which is probably what we'll get to once we get hit level 7. For now, I think we'll try a few more scenarios on +3. I think this scenario was just maybe, unfortunately, really easy, which is funny because, like I said, we did some tough scenarios before this, and then we get this, which is just, you know, kind of a breeze. All right, well, that's a successful scenario. We're definitely doing 2 scenarios today, even despite my burned forearm. All right, so page 32 to see what our rewards are. Ancient Technology and Party Achievement Through the Ruins. Wait, did we have to have Through the Ruins to do 26? Did we do this out of order? Uh-oh. No, I don't think so, right? No, because, yeah, so you either have to have Water Breathing or Through the Ruins. Nope, all right. So we're all good. So we just gain Ancient Technology achievement, which puts us up to 3. Age Technologies. Age doesn't really matter to us. And so we have to ride through the ruins, although again, this really doesn't matter either. Because I don't think it matters. I don't think it affects anything except the scenario we've already completed. I mean, the hard part of the scenario is the last rooms, but you did run in and win, so yeah, I think it was easy. Plus, you killed the elite artillery in the middle before it could go. Yeah, that's true. That room is also supposed to be more difficult because there's a trap wall in front of the elite artillery, but the existence of the Doom Compass makes that kind of really easy. And yeah, the last rooms are supposed to be hard, but it's kind of weird to make the last rooms hard, right? Because you can just run in and end it. I guess not every party can, although most parties with Boots of Striding can. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, so again, assuming you have move 4s plus Boots of Striding on 2 people, 2 people can make it, so you really just have to have one person who has a move 5 with a loss or non-loss to make it to one of these 2 pressure plates here, and then everyone else can make it to their pressure plates just by using Boots of Striding plus a move 4. Yeah, artillery can push you off, but again, then you also have like top losses to stun, stuff like that. I don't know. And only these 2 artillery can push you off. Down here, nothing can push you off. So you just have to be able to see. I mean, these have to flip pushes, and you have to not be able to CC them. I mean, yeah, there are definitely things that can go wrong, but ultimately, I mean, regardless of how it can turn out, it did turn out very easy, which is always a little bit of a shame. It's kind of anticlimactic. All right. Let's grab all the bad stuff out of our decks now. So that means 72 next, huh? No, I think we'll wait to do 72 until we're level 7. I'm honestly not even sure if this party will be able to ever successfully complete, well, a high difficulty level 72. Do you really think so, Isio? I mean, I know you're kind of trolling here, but unbiased to wanting to see me suffer, do you legitimately think that, I mean, even once this party hits its peak, which, like I said, is once we get level 7 on the Blight Herald, do we, or I guess level 9 on the Soothsayer doesn't hurt, are we ever actually able to beat it? My concern is, while we can prevent them from dealing damage, we can deal a bunch of damage to the enemies, I'm not sure we can actually destroy the things we need to think. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well. I think we lack the damage to kill the things that we actually need to kill. Like, yes, obviously Baneful Hex will do a bunch of damage to enemies, but since that's not the actual thing that needs to be killed, I think we would have really a lot of difficulty actually clearing out, doing the thing we need to do. So I'm really not even sure we can successfully complete that scenario with this party, even though this party is, generally speaking, quite broken. Well, broken is. But, I mean, it's very possible we'll try it with some variation of this party, but I don't think right away. Did we miss one? We did. No. That's correct. That's correct. Only 4. There should be 15 there. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so let's head back to town. So we gained 8 experience plus 16. So this puts us at 24 experience. We did gain a check mark. We gained 2 check marks. We gained 10 gold here. We're going to remember to do some shopping this time. Here, 11, 16. I'm so forgetful. I double check. So 27. All right, so yeah, we do hit level 9, finally. Finally. Fast as any class can, basically. So we'll do that level up as well. Do all this post-scenario stuff, and then we're going to take our little eating break, and then we'll come back and do one more scenario. All right, and so then over here, so we gained no gold there, but we did get our 2 check marks. So then here we gained 10 gold and 25 experience. Which does give us a level as well. Cool. So we're going to get to 2 levels here, which is pretty fun. All right, we'll do the Soothsinger first, just to go left to right. So, Soothsinger, we have at level 9 2 options here. We have, let's do Shadow Puppets first. Move 4 jump. Force all enemies move through to perform an attack 3 action targeting another enemy with you controlling the actions. This card is really, I mean, this is not a bad action. It's kind of difficult to really get that many effects out of this. Realistically, maybe you hit 1 or 2 enemies, but the most significant thing is actually just having a move on top is so valuable for this class. And it's just a nice top action. It's a powerful top action. We're never going to take this card, which we'll get to in a second. But again, this is a cool card, and I think it's a well-balanced level 9 card. It helps with something this class needs, providing both a valuable top and a move on top. And it does a pretty powerful action without being too powerful. I like it. Meanwhile, on bottom, 2 allies within range 3 may perform attack 4. This is honestly pretty underwhelming for a bottom. It's not as powerful as things like even Echoing Aria or Disorienting Dirge bottom, which we had much before this. I would say, is a little bit underwhelming. And the initiative on this card is pretty mediocre. I think it's not really warranted to have such bad initiative on this card, although these sort of effects almost always seem to have bad initiative, so I guess it's reasonable. It just kind of follows that trend, but yeah. All right. Then we have Captivating Performance. All allies add +1 to all their attacks. This would set up a beautiful Catastrophic Bomb, giving us +1 on the entire thing rather than just giving us +1 on one. So this is a much better song than Power Ballad. In some parties, it's not even really noticeably different than Power Ballad in level 9 versus level 1, but obviously in other parties like this one, with with both our allies making a lot of AoE attacks, this can be a very good song. At the end of the day, this doesn't matter too much because Captivating Performance's bottom is stupid. Stun, range 3, target 3. What? Okay. I mean, that says it all, right? This bottom is really, really, really silly. And continues the trend of this class being really, really silly. So now we've got even more stun. We can stun easily 5 targets in a turn, or easily 4 targets, frequently 5 targets in a turn between this this bottom and the top of Provoke Terror. So yeah. Shadow Puppets is cool, solves a problem that we need, but even though a top action is so much more valuable to us right now than a bottom action, there's no world in which we're not taking Captivating Performance. And we're going to have to cut a card, which we'll deal with in just a second here. So yeah, that's all of our leveling up on the Soothsayer. Let's get rid of one card before we forget and do what we did that time. Guess we'll just put this down here for now, but that's not necessarily how it's going to work out. Just don't want to forget. I guess actually this down here for now. Oops. God, the hand is actually driving me crazy. Yep, yeah, we have to do the perk as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Oh my goodness. This hand is, I mean, it is really convenient for one thing, and it is much less for another. All right, there we go. So we get to gain a perk as well. And that perk is, again, just going to be taking 2 rolling curses. Oh, I do really want to start removing these -1s, actually. I think that's better. I really want to get to max curses just because of how good it's going to be once the Plague Herald gets level 7. But having all these +1s and not having these +4s really sucks. I mean, it's always these. There is an argument for the wound as well because we have less wound than before, but we still have at least one guaranteed source of wound, so I think it's never that. It's definitely never this one. It's by far the worst. I guess slimming our deck down just helps us to get everything. And we actually lack damage in this party, so this improves our damage and helps us to actually get our other modifiers. I think it's actually reasonable to kind of go 50-50 between these two. So let's do that. So we'll take a +4 here and cut to +1s. Okay, and there we go. So we're done here. So then we move along to Jim Bob. So a perk. Pretty easy perk selection here. It's just going to be the Rolling Stun. Rolling Stun is great on Catastrophic Bomb, which is our primary attack. Just having the chance to stun any of the targets we hit with Catastrophic Bomb is a really nice upside. And yeah, Add Target is strictly underwhelming on pretty much every class that gets it. God, it's the Cursed perk. The Pearson models are obviously the worst. The Rolling +1s are not bad. Honestly, they're welcome as well. We don't attack with Advantage that much because Advantage interacts poorly with our +0 refreshes, but the Rolling Stun is just more valuable individual perk to potentially be able to flip on Catastrophic Bomb. All right, there we go. So we'll take that, and we get to gain our cards. So level 8. Fortified Position is a great... Where does this top? At the end of the next 5 turns, perform a heal 2, affect all adjacent allies action. What is this even? This is not remotely appropriately scaled to a level 8 loss for this class with the losses this class already has. God. I mean, it's just funny because, I see these cards sometimes, and sometimes I just don't remember what their actions are at all, right? I mean, like one of the actions. I just see a lot of text, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this text, it's meaningless. And yeah, this is pretty meaningless. I mean, obviously the healing ceiling here is pretty enormous. Even ignoring summoned allies, this can theoretically have a maximum healing value of, what, 30? But never realistically is it doing 30 healing. And it requires so much to go right. Oh, it's just such a bad loss for level 8 card with the class with such good losses. Fortunately, it doesn't matter so much because the bottom fortified position is really good. Move 3, shield 2 self with our best initiative. This combines our need to move in order to do things with our best shielding already, which is the bottom of reinforced steel. This is just really, really nice. This helps us so much. That being said, we're not taking this card. We're taking Portable Ballista. Why? Because Portable Ballista is insane. Look at this. Look at this damage. So much damage. This is crazy. This is a crazily powerful attack. And on top of that, during your attacks this round, ignore shield values on all your targets is also really valuable because we have issues with shield. Yeah, if we had that bottom one scenario sooner, well, the scenario was so easy anyway, but yes. Anyway, so this top is really good. This bottom is really helpful with the problem that our class and our party have. Everything about this card is insane, except for obviously the initiative, which does suck. Yes, we really missed this initiative, unfortunately. But anyway, we're taking Portable Ballista and a Windmill Slam. This card is way, 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 way too powerful. It's a great card. And when I say way too powerful, I actually don't necessarily think that this is too good of a card in terms of like tuning balance, etc. I think level 8 cards should be able to be sort of this powerful. I don't think this is so much of a problem. Maybe it could have one less hex on it, if we're being honest. Maybe you could have 4 hexes and then just one enhancement slot there. That might be a little bit more reasonable if we're being perfectly fair. But yeah, otherwise, I think this class card's fine. It's just really powerful, and I'm super happy to take it. All right. So we're going to cut the recording here. Oh, no, let's do our shopping too, so we don't forget. Still think we don't have any shopping to do over here. We're just saving for our retirement shopping, probably. Yeah, again, can't get any more small items. We have boots. Yep, we have all our slots covered. And we can't afford any meaningful enhancement right now. Nor do I think we really spend anything on enhancement, because like I said, I don't plan on playing this class again. Okay. Soothsinger, we're still a ways away from cost-effective enhancements, so we're fine there. Oh, we need to actually increase our health pools on both of them. But we do get to do a bit of meaningful shopping over here. So we are level 6. We cannot carry any more small items. We can carry another weapon, and we can carry a helm. So the helm is going to be the most obvious thing, and I do believe I want the hawk helm over the eagle eye goggles. The eagle eye goggles are not... I mean, both these helms are good on this class, to be honest. That's actually kind of a toughie. So our deck is not like the Quartermaster's deck or class we played before's deck, where advantage does basically nothing. Well, or nothing a lot of times. For us, advantage does a lot. And we make a lot of AoE attacks. But Hawkhelm is very helpful for this class. I think I should just take Hawkhelm. It's also cheaper. I really like Hawkhelm. It's a nice item. Well designed. Well balanced. I've used Hawkhelm previously on this class as well, and I've always been happy with it. I've used Eagle Eye Goggles as well, and also been happy with them. I think there's probably not a poor choice between those two options. I think choosing either one of them is quite reasonable. But yeah, this one's just cheaper, So we didn't do a city event yet, but we'll do that when we come back. That's fine. So again, this will cost us 16 gold. Boom. So we can buy another weapon now. Hold on. So we do have... I mean, we're taking Painful Hex at 7. We just got to make a consideration. Because we have a weapon we could take, which would help us with Airborne Toxin. I just don't know if we're actually going to use Airborne Toxin. I guess I should test it. So that, I mean, that's the only way I can give a definitive opinion for the guide that people want me to update, is if I do actually try to use it. So let's try to use Airborne Toxin in the nerf form. So in that case, we're going to wait on buying a weapon, because the weapon we would buy now wouldn't do anything for us until we have this, so we have a couple levels, and maybe we can get an enhancement in the meantime or something like that. But yeah.
Is it better to take Mass Extinction? I mean, I guess in the case of Mass Extinction, we would still maybe want the weapon that can create an element for us here. Because we could potentially use the bottom. The bottom's difficult to use. It's more the top. Huh. It's actually a really good question. Now, I think I do want to test Airborne Toxin. I mean, I know how Mass Extinction plays. I've played with it before. It's a fine card, but I want to see if Airborne Toxin is... I mean, I know how enormously nerfed it is, but I want to see if it's like unplayable nerfed or just balanced nerf now. So, yep, all right. So we're not going to buy anything else here because we have no more slots. Yeah, we just have the one weapon slot, which we're going to hang on to. So we'll just start working on saving for enhancements. Okay, so I'll cut the recording.